for me and my game plan, this is what I do every single morning. So in terms of a morning routine, in terms of how I approach the market, in terms of developing a game plan, here is how I develop my game plan. The first thing is time. Time is the most important element. You want to be executing during the opening times, right? So all of us took this long at New York Open. The second most important element is bias or draw on liquidity. In my opinion, those two things mean the same thing. Whichever way price is reaching for, whichever way you think price is reaching for, right? A bias is just your opinion of where the market is moving. A draw on liquidity is just the thing that price is moving towards. So in my opinion, those two things mean the same thing. And when I'm developing a bias, I get out on the daily chart. I look at swing highs, swing lows, and FVGs. Go ahead and fact check me. I already provided the bias during yesterday's stream. Here it is here. I was bullish. I am bullish still for this reasoning right here. When I'm looking at swing highs, swing lows, and FVGs on the daily chart, I'm looking to use the most recent information. Okay, so for example, all the individuals that are saying it should be bearish because there's a bearish FVG here, what I'm trying to tell you is I analyze the most recent information, right? So this bullish FVG here was created on Friday the 22nd. This bearish FVG here was created on Tuesday the 19th, right? So this FVG is more recent than this FVG. So my focus is, little misclick. My focus is right here. It's the most recent location that creates a bias. And we tapped into it here and had a very favorable reaction to it. I'm bullish because of it. Price is only ever doing two things. Price is either running to a swing high or swing low, right? A form of liquidity. It's either running to a liquidity or it's rebalancing an imbalance. So seeing that price had just rebalanced an imbalance right here, the next thing it'll need to do is run to a form of liquidity, which is this swing high right here. I'm bullish because of it, right? So then we go down to a lower time frame and we look for SMT. We're looking for SMT to act as the confirmation to this idea. SMT is the thing that shows me when it's time to participate. Okay, so when dealing with SMT, you need to use the same 2 points in time between two correlated assets. And when they're doing something different at the same point in time, that's what a Kraken correlation is. All right, so let's take a look at NQ. Notice how NQ ran below this swing low here. Okay, this is the 1530 candle and the 1545 candle. Let's go to ES. The 1530 candle. Notice how ES did not go below that low. There's your bullish SMT. And, right, go figure ES is the stronger pair. Notice how NQ has not made it back to Asia highs yet. Whereas ES did already run above Asia highs. There's the strength that I'm talking about. ES has already ran to the target. NQ is still trying to catch up. Okay, so we have a bias. We're executing during New York Open. We got SMT as a confirmation. Now, the last thing we need in terms of our game plan is our entry function. All right, so let's keep filling this out. So it's a complete top-down analysis. Bias is bullish. The last portion of the game plan is entry function. And for all the people that have been working with me, they know that I use the unicorn model, right? A unicorn model is simply a breaker block plus an FVG. Okay, so we'll go down into the lower time frame. Since we're bullish, since we have bullish SMT, that's when we then go look for a bullish unicorn. A bullish unicorn must have a swing low, a swing high, a new low, then a new high. Let's get this arrow off there. Okay, so you have to have a swing low, a swing high, a new low, then a new high. The breaker is always going to be found in between this swing low here and this swing high. So a candle within this price leg here. We need the highest up close candle before the leg down that took liquidity. Then, lastly, we need an FVG to align with the breaker, right? Breaker plus FVG equals unicorn, right? So we need the FVG to be aligned with the breaker there. Okay, so let's go ahead and point that out. After we get the SMT, we then get our swing points, right? Swing low, swing high, new low, new high. Okay, so we can identify our breaker. Our breaker are these two candles here. And you can see that we clearly have an FVG aligned with the breaker. See this FVG right here. Okay, so breaker block plus FVG equals unicorn. And just like I always say, it's just terminology, right? I don't care what you call it. It doesn't matter what you call it, right? Even if you wanted to just call this a breakout of a downtrend, right? We were moving lower. We broke out of the downtrend. After retesting the area that we broke out from, we found support and started heading higher. I don't care what you call it. That's not the purpose here. It doesn't matter what you call it. Okay? Same thing, right? If you want to take out the opening range, right? Here's the 930 candle. Here's the high. We swept the low of the opening range, got bought back inside the range, and headed higher. I really don't care what you call it. That's the purpose. It's the logic that's being provided to your decision making that creates those probabilities. And the logic we're talking about is the bullish bias from the daily chart, the Kraken correlation during New York Open. Those are the important logics. But to complete the top-down analysis, you can now see the breaker block plus the FVG here. For me, this is the type of entry that I use. When I go to enter, I look to enter at the beginning of the breaker. Stop at the low, aiming for 2R. Right, so you can see here at 9:55, 9:56, you get two long entries with minimal drawdown, and then we head to target. Incredible position today. Absolutely incredible. All right, and here you go. If you want to take a look at the executions, here they are. take a look at the executions to put it with the top-down analysis. Breaker block, FVG. After we get confirmation, entry into the long, stop at the low, targeting 2R. Absolutely gorgeous position. Amazing way to execute today.